Hello, everybody. We're back here on the Full Court Press for a special edition, our last episode ever, with us all being seniors. So we have Ryan Nichols down on the far end, Matt Doherty, Matt McCarthy, Mike Doherty, Will Schiffman, and myself, Quinn Donovan, here today. So, guys, we wrapping up the rec ball season. Championship game is done. All-star game, all through. What do you guys have to say?
What a season, first of all.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm sad to say it's over.
Yep, definitely a sad day in basketball history, honestly. But great championship game.
Yeah.
So let's get into that one.
Big turnout. I did not expect that many people to be at the game.
Crazy.
Just love to see it. Honestly, I hate to say there was some more people at the rec ball championship than basketball and hockey this year. I will say it's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah. So what the people want.
It is what people want,
and it's free.
True. Yeah.
So we had the number 1 seed and the favorite Team Barry taking on number 3 seed Team Brasani in the championship of that one. And per usual, Jackson Barry, the MVP, as we can all say by now, I think.
Oh yeah.
Carried
The undisputed MVP.
Yeah, you can't argue anymore.
carried them to victory over Team Brasani. So that was a terrific game.
What a season from Jackson Berry. I think we can't really just go over that. He came into this year, people knew he was good after last season, but he still managed to dominate almost every game he played in by dropping 20 or more points. I think every game this season.
I don't think anyone in this league stopped him at all. I mean, what was the lowest he got? 25. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I don't think I've ever scored 25.
Yeah.
I think we know that. May or may not have been Jackson's last rec ball season as a junior. We'll have to see whether he makes the decision to take his talents to the big league.
It's the decision. Right now, it is the decision.
I know all of Westboro is waiting on that one for sure.
I don't know what I'd be more broken up about as far as Jackson leading the league or the coaching staff of Barry being broken up
Yeah,
with.
I agree. I mean,
Yeah, it's a great staff right there.
yeah, it absolutely is. Mr. Barry, Mr. Nagy, Jared. You got the trio right there.
Yeah.
That'd be a tough one to miss out on for the rest of rec ball for years to come.
Yeah.
Getting back into the game though, pretty disappointing game out of Pete and Brendan. Like 15 points, it's solid, but like for the two best players, they both need to be in the 20s, and if they want to win that game. So solid effort, good try. JB's just a little bit better.
They did have a little help though. Like they didn't score the first few points of the game, and I feel like when they've won games, it's when Pete and Brendan have dominated, and no one else on the team
Did leave at halftime to go take care of some business as far as sickness-wise, and
He did come back.
he came back a little greener than but still put up a good fight.
We did definitely see a little bit of a breakout performance late in the season there from Michael O'Keefe on
Oh,
Team Brasani.
Oh my
Locked
God.
him
Those O'Keefe brothers.
Jackson
Maybe,
Barry.
actually, I was saying no one could stop Barry. He may have been the only person who did somewhat stop him.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was locked up that
he's a sophomore, I think, and I mean he just made Barry work for everything he got, and then Jackson's gonna score, and that's gonna happen all the time. But
Marcus
you
Smart
could see
vibes
he was
yes.
Jackson had to work for everything, and that's what you have to do to a good player to try to
Yeah.
keep your team in that game.
Great defender. Underrated pump fake. He had the greatest pump fakes I've ever
If
seen
I'm not mistaken,
in my
he
entire life.
threw up a pump fake from the opposite foul line and
And
three people jumped.
still got
Three people
people.
jumped.
It was unbelievable.
You know, in rec ball, some crazy things will happen when you put up a pump fake.
Oh, that pump fake is ridiculous. So championship game, Barry. I mean, I'm not gonna say I called it, but I did.
I mean,
That's
that's like saying the
most of
Warriors.
us
are
just-
gonna
yeah,
win.
Yeah, I mean, I
Everybody
still
in the league
did.
does,
Still
yeah.
called
It
it.
is, we believe,
good
one
job.
of the
Thanks,
first. One of the few rec ball seasons where we've had a team run the table and go
Yeah.
undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Regular
Yeah.
season, I think they're 8-0, and then 4-0 in the playoffs to bring it all home. I mean, that's a pretty tough task, tough thing to do.
Yeah.
I think the last team was coached by Scott Warren, actually.
Oh.
Gave us some proof in the
Shout out to Scott
Rec
Warren.
Ball Facebook page. That team had David Bellevue and some of the best talent in the league, and Jackson Barry, kind of.
Yeah, even when I was on Team French, we lost a game. So I mean, could Team Barry be one of the best rec ball teams ever?
Definitely possible.
That's the debate.
I think Jackson's one of the best rec ball players.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah,
definitely.
he's got to be up there. If
Yeah.
there was an all-time scoring list for rec ball, Jackson Berry would probably be up there already.
What do you have on Jackson's performance, Mike?
I enjoyed watching Jackson play. I think if he does decide to transition to school ball, he'll be a very great fit. with the juniors coming up, and I also heard some rumors about Brendan might be leaving rec ball too. So that might be two great additions to add to the school ball team. So we'll have to see next year about that.
First of all, becoming the recruiting pool of our
Future is still bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Future's bright, and so we'll have to see on that front. And then we moved on to the All-Star game the very next day, I believe.
Yeah.
And we had Nichols' team. Nichols with Ryan was the captain, and brought his team to a 101-99 victory. So what do you guys have in that game?
Well, it was kind of a blur of a game, honestly. 40 minutes of basketball can sure be a lot.
Yeah, it was a little long, I thought.
Yeah, it was a long game.
But, I mean, great back and forth.
Yeah, I
And
thought it was a great game.
I mean, as the captain of our team, I expected us to blow them out of the water for sure. But I guess they gave us a little better fight than I expected, and
Those
in a way I was happy to see
the
that.
double points
Yeah.
at the end of the first
Yeah.
half killed you
they
guys.
did kill
Yeah,
us.
they
You were
did.
winning the whole time. I think they got like a 10-point lead with
It
the
was,
double
I mean, they
points.
had a couple of snipers on their team.
Yeah.
Which,
Some special rules in that game. So
Last 2 minutes of each half where each points were worth double the amount, and Aria took big advantage of that and
Yeah.
put up
Yeah.
maybe one of the hottest stretches of shooting I've seen in a while.
Yeah, after the 3-point contest when he was
Yeah.
lighting it up,
Yeah.
he was just, we were like all on defense, like we gotta like, who has Aria?
Yeah, it was definitely an entertaining game in that aspect. There's good team basketball also, which I almost wasn't really expecting. There was a lot of passing going on in the end stages of the game, which was good to see.
then Will, from your perspective, who would you say won the general manager battle between the two captains, Ryan Nichols and Ryan French, in drafting those teams?
Well, I mean, we won the game, so I mean, it's got to go to Ryan. But I thought it was gonna be a blowout, like Ryan said. I mean, I thought that they played a lot better than I thought. Aria was on fire. Who else?
Walker.
Walker was hot too.
Coach McCarthy making those calls.
Yeah, honestly, you put when the last few minutes, the five that you had out there, I thought was a very good five.
Yeah, they beat a good team. Everybody was just trying to get the win at the end. It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was a good way to end it in the season and for all the seniors out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Especially putting up 100.
yeah.
That
That
was
was nice to see
nice.
on
That
the
was nice.
scoreboard.
Yeah. Shouts to Coach Bill.
Yeah,
Big W.
honestly. He did a great job with putting people in, and I'm sure you did too.
Tried my best.
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy.
Not easy.
Because everyone wants to get in there,
Yeah.
but you want to put it in like the seniors who it's their last year. And
All these
everything like
juniors that played in this game this year that maybe didn't play as much, it's their game next year.
Yeah, it's their time.
It's their turn to take over.
There's a lot of talent.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of talent.
Definitely a good way to a good week to end the rec ball season with Team Barry taking home the championship in a great game all the way down to the wire, and then the All-Star game, high scoring, close game. So that's another one to great way to just end it
Yeah.
off.
It's tough to say goodbye to rec ball. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I'm playing like hockey. It's tough to say goodbye, and honestly, it was just tough for rec ball. I mean, like I'm here for 4 years.
Yeah.
It's part of me, and it's sad to see it go.
It all happened way too fast,
Did.
way too
It did.
quickly.
Enjoy it, everybody.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
So superlatives of this year, MVP. We kind of talked about Jackson.
Barry.
Yeah.
Shout out Jackson
Yeah.
Barry.
Um,
He deserves it.
Not
for
even gonna talk about that.
this is a interesting one. Underclassmen of the year.
Mm.
So sophomores and freshmen. What do you guys think?
Throw out the name of Charlie Snow.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
For freshmen, I'd say
Yeah.
Charlie
Beginning
Snow.
of the
He had a
season-
very big playoff game.
Beginning of the season, he
Couple
was
playoff
also
games.
lights out. Like
Yeah.
first Monday night game, first time I ever saw him play. I saw him hit like 3 straight threes, and just no one knew how to cover him.
He's probably the best pick in the draft, I'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I would say sophomores, it has to be Tyler Nagy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, to be able to allow JB to do really whatever he wanted on the court
Mhm.
was having Tyler in the middle and
Mhm.
having him just act as that anchor to the team.
Also, one that might have gone under the radar a little bit was on Team Shiftman here with Cam Erickson.
I was gonna
See,
say
I
that.
agree
I
with
was
that
gonna say
too.
He I didn't expect him to do much. No
Me
offense to
either.
Cam, but he had a really, really good season this
Yeah.
year. He put up some really big numbers in a couple
Yeah.
They
games.
did.
He
Yeah,
came
he
up
really
clutch
helped
for you
us out.
guys, like in the beginning of the playoffs.
Yeah, he had that 18-point game in the
Yeah.
first
Mhm.
half.
Yeah.
Which no one expected it, really.
And he ended up
But-
with 21.
No, 19.
Oh,
19.
my bad, my bad.
Second half had 1 point.
I had
but-
3 ball in the second
but
half.
we loved having him. He was a great addition to the team.
Yeah.
Spark plug.
Spark plug, honestly.
Defensively, for some defensive player of the year, I mean, we have Prune bringing out, blocking
Mhm.
everything per usual. And then Owen Gately seeming like he would steal every
Yeah,
pass and every.
he was annoying. That's why I'd say he was the defensive player of the year, just
Yeah.
because he was very annoying to deal with throughout the game, and he was very helpful for that team, honestly.
Jackson Berry's a good
Yeah.
defender too.
The entirety.
People
team
forget
there.
that
Yeah.
because of his scoring, but it's a
Team
lot of
Eric's
good
press
defenders.
should win.
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year.
So, question here: who do you think is the future of the league?
It's a tough one, seeing that Jackson Berry is almost likely gonna go to varsity next year. We'll see how that plays out. But if it's not him, it might
Peter
be
Brasali.
Eli's league or Pete's league. It's
Yeah.
Pete and Eli.
Yeah.
Eli may go.
There's
to
a
the
lot of
football
people
tournament.
in this junior class that could take over next year.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I hate saying this, but it was a junior-dominated league
Yeah,
this year,
absolutely.
and I think that'll transition next year to create a great league,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be interesting to
Should
see.
be a strong league.
Yeah,
next year.
we're gonna have to stay up to date on that stuff.
I'd say definitely two major takeaways is that the league has a bright future for next year,
Mm-hmm.
and that school ball tryouts are going to be
Mm.
very intense next year.
Yeah.
More intense than they have been in prior years. So that's one thing to carry away from rec ball.
Yeah.
But so we just have a lot of thank yous to say for allowing us to do this for the past 2 years. Mrs. Stoker, of course, journalism, Westboro High.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Mrs. Henderson, obviously.
Can't
for
thank
every-
her enough. I mean,
Everyone
the
here at
flexibility
Westboro
she has
TV,
with us,
yeah.
it's just awesome.
It's been unreal these last couple of years, the help that we've gotten here. We really couldn't have done it without everyone here at Westboro TV.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mom, thanks for tuning in
Always.
every
Always.
week.
Yeah.
Anyone who watches this.
All
Yeah,
the
honestly,
fans.
thanks to the viewers. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Hey.
we love doing this, and like it's awesome that you guys are watching every week.
It may or may not be a long 10 minutes of your day.
Yeah, we have no idea if you watch the whole thing
Yeah.
or not. So if you see this, thank you for saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
and it's sad to say goodbye, but thanks for watching, everyone.
One last salute.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
last salute.
Cheers.
There we go.
Good job, everybody.
Bring it in.
Great success.
Football press on 3, 1, 2, 3. Press.
Jeff wants to get one picture, you guys all stand.
Yeah,
He seems like a really nice, unassuming guy until he doesn't have his coffee.
Wrong leg.
Hey, wrong leg, Quinn.
Nope, you're the wrong leg.
Yeah,
you
you're
fool.
the wrong. Mike in his sweatpants.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's classic.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Mrs. Stoker's gonna like that.
cheese. Let's see how this looks.
Fire, obviously.
Fire, obviously.